Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with a Reddit story for you. This one is a Best of Redditor update. So buckle up, pop the popcorn, get the comfy blanket, maybe put the headphones on, and just get settled in. Title of this one is Am I the Astronaut for Hating My Wife's Creepy Hobby Project? Hobby project is in quotation marks there. Originally posted August 31st, 2024. Okay, this sounds insane, but I swear my wife is totally normal otherwise, which makes this so strange to me. For context, we're both in our later 30s and live in a pretty typical suburban neighborhood where we all know each other. My wife has always loved trashy movies and shows about infidelity. She eats up true crime about spouses killing their cheating partners too. She just says something about it that makes her morbidly fascinated, in her words. Well, a couple of months back, we had a scandal in our neighborhood where a married couple in the neighborhood divorced because the husband cheated. No, there wasn't a or anything like that, but she became obsessed with learning every detail from every neighbor. No matter the occasion, be it a baby shower or cookout, she would bring it up, hoping there would be any new information. A month later is when I stumbled onto the board in her home office. I was doing some cleaning and found a massive bulletin board facing away, leaned up against the wall. Curiosity got the better of me, and I turned it around to find a literal conspiracy board of all of our neighbors' pictures with the lines of yards connecting each other like the Pepe Sylvia meme. I was totally confused and asked where this was. She told me it was a hobby that she had started recently when she would track rumors or likely candidates for cheating on the board. The yarn represented who was possibly cheating with whom. She had clearly gotten all the images on Facebook or some social media and printed them out and even had a few sticky notes with details. I told her this was creepy and insane, and she said maybe if I was doing it as a man, but she is just having harmless fun as a hobby and she wouldn't be crazy and try to oust anyone based on rumors. She just likes feeling like a detective. She told me to view it as creative work. I was still super weirded out, but I let it go. Or I tried. I thought about it a lot. Well, every now and then I admit to checking on the board when cleaning, but just a couple of days ago I looked to see that now I was on the board with the yarn attached to a neighbor's wife I am casual friends with. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Like, oh no, Scoops, like how did I end up on the board? I asked her why she would add me if she thought I was cheating, and she said that it was a different yarn color for potential matches for cheating. She said if it makes me feel better, she was planning on adding herself to the board soon. Oh, time out. No, the fact that you're potentially cheating too does not make this situation any better, wife. Why? Well, I got pissed and kind of lost my temper about it. I told her to get rid of the board or our marriage will be in trouble. Things have been super rocky since. Sorry for the long post. I'm starting to feel bad and it hit me more than usual this morning. Should I apologize to her? And before you ask, no, I don't suspect her of cheating. Honestly, I wish she was because it would at least make more sense than this. Am I the astronaut? There is an update. Before we read the update, let's talk about this for a second. Is this really that weird of a thing? Is this any more weird than somebody getting into, I mean, it's creepy, like spying on neighbors and collecting intel and stuff. But you know who she reminds me of? What's the show that we watched? Dear Gentle Readers, Bridgerton, who is the sister that's not really interested in any dudes, but she is like a conspiracy. Eloise. This reminds me of Eloise. This is giving Eloise vibes, right? Because she's, even when she's going to like barbecues and baby showers and stuff, she's looking for clues to try to piece all this together. She's become obsessed with this thing. And now it's grown where she's obsessed with the possibility of other neighbors intermingling with other neighbors and seeing all this thing come together. It's not a healthy hobby, right? It's not healthy. It definitely could be a hell of a lot worse though. It's hilarious that OP is like, I admit I checked the board a couple times just to see what was, what the recent updates were, how the draft was looking, and then saw my own picture on there. And that's when I said, no more. And I get that. I mean, and her saying she was going to add herself to the board really doesn't help with anything here. It doesn't help. I might be trying to divert her to a healthier hobby that maybe is still would tickle this fancy. You know what I mean? Something that's not as intrusive, maybe. Update September 5th, 2024. Anyway, Jesus Christ. First, appreciate all the concerns and NTAs. It gave me the courage to approach her and tell her that while I may have overreacted by threatening our marriage, I think it is a creepy thing to do. She apologized and said that she would get rid of the board. I thought we were fine. Literally 2 days later, shit hits the fan. Our happily married next-door neighbor finds a woman's bra under the bed that does not belong to her. It doesn't take long for the whole neighborhood to find out. Well, my wife is giddy, like jumping up and down for joy. She showed me the board, which she still didn't trash like she promised. And of course, the husband was marked with yarn, meaning he was likely to cheat. She told me the board was accurate after all, and maybe she should keep her hobby around. I was definitely suspicious, so I looked at the board again later. It looked different from the last time I saw it before the latest scandal. Instead of the yarn connecting to another neighbor, the cheating husband's yarn connected to a post-it with a question mark. Firstly, it was the only question mark there, and I swore it wasn't there the last time I saw the board, so either she changed it after the cheating to prove a point, or slightly before it happened, which made me even more suspicious either way. Now I felt like I was the detective and I was going crazy. I went to the cheating husband to ask a few questions. The wife was staying with her parents, so it was just the two of us. I asked him if he actually did it, and he said no, he would never. Then I asked if my wife had been over recently. He said one day while you were at work, his wife asked her to water a plant they had while they were both away, and I told her where the key was, so yes. I immediately raised an eyebrow. Oh no. Oh no, I think we know where this is going now. No! I asked if he still had the bra, and he was getting nervous and told me not to get the wrong idea. I said, don't worry. He still had the bra, and I looked at it. It was my wife's. But once I knew she almost never wore because it was from a lingerie set I bought her one Christmas she said was uncomfortable. I told my neighbor I needed to talk to my wife and ran out, but I told him not to worry. She did this to cause drama, folks. Yeah, now it's next level unhealthy. I approached her with the bra and asked her what was up. She played stupid, but I told her to cut the BS. I asked if she had either cheated on me with him or planted it there. Either way, she was in trouble. She confessed to planting the bra and said it was to make me admit her hobby was valid for something. I flipped on her. I said this was worse than her cheating on me because instead of ruining just our marriage, she ruined our neighbors and ours. I demanded that she call the wife and admit to everything, even sending pictures of the board. I even showed the Reddit post, which actually helped convince her that my wife had planted it rather than cheated with her husband. Well, they made up now, but I have no idea what to do. Barely speaking to my wife, and it's only a matter of time before the entire neighborhood figures this out. I seriously need advice. Relevant comments here. I honestly refuse to believe that this is real. Your wife is actually nuts. This is insane behavior to have. Another comment here. I was just thinking the opposite. This one is so original, it's got to be real. No AI is going to come up with this insanity. That's left to humans. You all tell us, is this real or is it not real? That's question number one. Is this real? Question number two, should OP be done? Or is there hope for his marriage to recover from this? Because this got next level. If you're willing to sacrifice someone else's marriage to keep your hobby alive, something's not right. Your priorities are a little. She's not willing to let it go, though. She's already lied to you about that once. So trust is broken now. There's a trust issue. And now you have to worry about how far she's willing to go. She was willing to sacrifice one marriage. What the hell else is going to happen here? Is this real? What would you do in this situation? If your partner was doing something, was meddling, not just stalking a group of people, but meddling and causing problems in other people's relationships, what would you do?